My Xbox One says my network is behind a cone NAT.
You could have a full cone NAT, where it lets in all inbound traffic but you can only use one port. The restricted cone NAT lets you map ports to specific IP addresses.
There's also the port-restricted node NAT that limits port numbers you can use. I do not think that's a cone NAT though.
NAT 3 is strict with a port symmetric NAT, Moderate 2 uses a port-restricted NAT, and NAT 1 is open with a cone NAT.
What should I do to get rid of the error?
If it says your network is behind a cone NAT, I'd check to see what your NAT setting really is. And then upgrade it to a 2 so that you might eliminate the error.
I thought a cone NAT was open.
One solution I've heard of is to test the multiplayer connection, where you get an error on a port-restricted NAT, hit A to go back, hit all the shoulder buttons again. It'll say you have a cone NAT, but when you hit A to go back, it says the NAT is open.
That sounds like something that someone figured out just randomly hitting buttons to try to fix something.
There are jokes that Microsoft's default solution is rebooting the console. For many configuration and account issues, deleting and re-adding a profile or flipping and restoring settings does fix it.
Speaking of rebooting, I could try rebooting the router.
You could reboot the console too, since this error popped up after a 2013 update and it could come back again.
I've already tried rebooting the Xbox One.
I suggest rebooting hardware like a router if changing the settings did not cause it to recognize the actual change to the settings.
What else can I try?
You could try disabling the router firewall to make it open.
While that's one way to open it, that feels like being so open my brain falls out.
If you're doing port forwarding, make sure you've got all of the ports listed on the Xbox One page on your website.
Already done.
A lot more people complain about false strict NAT notices than open ones. But the solution of hitting the top 4 buttons on the top of the controller at once to bring up the detailed testing window before switching settings and go back a screen is the same.
I imagine that solution was found just by someone holding it for the love of gaming, wishing it would work, and then it did.
When you do that fix, sometimes you have to repeat it after you turn off the Xbox.
Just getting the thing to work feels like a major gaming achievement, but without the badges on my profile.